separate milk from water?
No, ma'am.
Alright, so now we will have our first activity. So I will group you into 3 groups. This will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. This will be the group 3. So each group will receive questions to be answered. And then choose one representative to come here in front to explain your answers. So here is our guide questions. Okay, group 1, please read.
What is suspension? What is colloids?
Group 2,
How can we separate suspension? How can we separate colloids?
group 3,
What is multiplication? What is multiplication?
okay. I have here materials. This will be the group 1. Now let's start.
What type of mixture did we form? Let's elaborate. The mixture of oil and water is an example of suspension. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture that contains larger particles that settle out when left undisturbed. In our first experiment, the mixture of oil and water formed a layer. The oil didn't dissolve in water because it has large particles. Moreover, the oil settled at the top because it is less dense than water. Another example is the mixture of sand and water. The sand didn't dissolve in water because it has large particles. And when left undisturbed, the sand settled at the bottom because it is denser than water. The mixture of powdered milk and water is an example of colloid. Colloid is also a heterogeneous mixture. Its substances are mixed but not chemically combined because they can still be separated. It is made up of small particles of ingredients. Note that the size of the particles of colloid is smaller than suspension, but bigger than solution. It can be in solid, liquid, and gaseous form.
Separating suspensions and colloids uses the same method in separating heterogeneous mixtures. So there is number 1 is filtration. It is the method in separating suspensions with the use of filter breakers and other materials that let liquid pass through, but strain fine solid particles. Number 2, centrifugation. It is used to separate components of blood. A centrifuge-like machine called cruciform is used to separate fluid into non-toxic and toxic. A device called electrostatic precipitator is used to purify air, and its electrically charged plates act as magnets that attract particles from the air.
Alright, are you done, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please paste your work here in the format.
Suspension is heterogeneous mixtures of a finely distributed solid in a liquid. What is colloids? Colloids is a mixtures in which very small particles of one substance are distributed evenly throughout another substance.
Okay. Group 2, please explain your answer.
So, the method of filtration can be used to separate the components of the solid liquid suspension, and the colloids can be separated by the technique known as the centrifugation.
Okay, thank you. Group 3.
So, our question is, what is centrifugation? Centrifugation is the method of separating molecules having different densities by spinning it in solution around an axis at high speed. And what is filtration? Filtration is a process in which solid particles in a liquid.
Okay, thank you. So, based from our activity, what do you think is our topic for this afternoon? Yes, Hazem?
I think it's separation of suspension and colloids.
Alright. Let's find out if your answer is correct. Very good. Our topic for today is all about separating suspension and colloids. Everybody, please read.
Separating suspension and colloids.
But before that, I have here a learning of objectives that you need to attain during in our class discussion. Everybody, please read.
Explain the method of separating suspension and colloids. Perform on how to separate suspension and state the importance of separating suspension and colloids.
Right, thank you. So now, who can tell me what is suspension? Yes, Hazem.
Suspension is the heterogeneous mix of a finely distributed solid in a liquid mass.
Okay, thank you. So let us find. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture of a finely distributed solid in a liquid. So it is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solid particles are spread throughout the liquid without dissolving it. So now, what is colloid? Yes, Nevjin?
Colloid is a mixture in which very small particles of a substance are distributed evenly throughout another substances.
Okay, you have a point. So, let's see if the answer of Robin's correct. So, colloids are a mixture in which very small particles of one substance are distributed evenly throughout another substance. So, the colloid is a mixture which very small particles of one substance are distributed evenly throughout another substance. So, the particles are generally larger than those in solution and smaller than those in a suspension. Like for example, the milk or coffee. Okay. Next, who among you here has an idea on how we can separate suspension? Yes, Hazel.
So, to separate suspension is the method of using filtration can be used to separate the components of a solid liquid suspension now.
Okay, thank you. Let us filtration. So now, who can give me an example of suspension? Yes, Reka?
Sand and water mixtures, no.
Very good. The example of suspension is sand and water. So, now, what is filtration? Yes, Hazim?
So, filtration is the process in which solid particles is in a liquid.
Alright, you have points. So filtration is, the answer of group 3 is filtration is the process in which solid particles in a liquid. So, everybody, please read.
Filtration is the process in which solid particles and a liquid or gaseous fluid are removed by the use of filter, medium that permits the fluid to pass through but retains the solid particles.
Okay, thank you. So the process of removing insoluble substances from the liquid by allowing them to pass through a filter paper. So these are the examples on how of filtration. So breaking containing mixtures. These are liquor containing mixture, and then this is residue. Then filter paper. Then this is this panel, and also this in it is filtrate, and then conical glass. So now, what is centrifugation? Yes, Reka?
Centrifugation is a method of separating molecules having different densities by spinning in a solution around an axis or high-speed line.
Okay, thank you. You have a point. Let's see if the answer of group 3 is correct. Centrifugation is a method of separating molecules having different densities by spinning them in solution around an axis at high speed. Okay, everybody, please read the centrifugation.
Centrifugation is a method of separating molecules having different densities by spinning them in solution around an axis in a centrifugal motor or high speed.
Okay, good. So, centrifugation, it is a mechanical process which involves the use of centrifugal phase to separated particles, force to separated particles from a solution. So now, who among you here has an idea on how we can separate colloids? Yes. Alright, you have a point. So we can separate colloids by filtering. So to remove colloidal particles from a colloidal solution, a special technique known as centrifugation can be used. So now, we will have an activity. So our criteria?
Unity 5 points, content 5 points, total of attended points.
3 points. Okay. Now start your activity. And I will give you 3 minutes to do your activity. Okay, now let us start. Are you done, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please present. Group 1, please present your worksheet. Okay, thank you, class. Please have a seat. Now, do you have any clarifications or questions regarding this topic?
None, ma'am.
So since none, I have questions for you. So what method can we use if we need to separate suspension? Yes, Hassan.
Filtration, ma'am.
Alright, filtration. So what method can we use if we need to separate colloids? Yes,
Centrifugation, ma'am.
alright, very good. Let us give Navigene 3 million clap.
Million, 4 million, 3 million. Congratulations.
Right. Now, what is filtration? Yes, Hassan.
So filtration is the process in which solid particles in the liquid or gases fluid are removed by the use of filter medium that permits with the fluid to pass through the but retains the solid particles, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Let's give her 3 claps. Ready? Right. Now, what is centrifugation? Yes, Neville.
Centrifugation is a method of separating molecules having different densities by spinning them in solutions and around an axis in centrifugation's rotor and high speed.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Give her 3 claps. So centrifugation, it is a mechanical process which includes the use of centrifugation force to separate particles from a solution. So now, what is the purpose of centrifugation? Yes, Wendy.
We use centrifugation for the following purposes in our daily lives. Drying of wet clothes in the spin tap of a washing machine. Extraction of DNA for forensic and experimental purposes. Separation of blood components in medical science.
Right, that is the answer of Gwendolyn for class.
Yes.
it is a very common technique to separate solid particles dispersed in a liquid medium. So, now, what is the importance of filtration? Yes, Hassan.
So the importance of filtration is, since it is used in filtering the water, during the filtration, the clear water passes through the filters that have different pores, size, and are made of different materials such as the sand, the gravel, and the charcoal. These filters remove the dissolved particles and the germs such as the dust, the chemicals, the parasites, bacteria, and the viruses, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Is the answer of the classmate for a class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's give a 3 million class.
1 million, 2 million, 3 million, congratulations.
So, the importance of filtration is extremely important to keep things like water, chemicals, pure and free of contaminants. Now, do you have any clarifications or questions regarding this topic?
None, ma'am.
So since none, I have here let's have a quiz. So everybody, please read the directions.
Insert
Lower the letter of the correct answer.
Answer
Answer the questions below with at least 3 sentences.
Are we clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so I have here a part. Please get one on class. Are you done, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please pass your paper forward. Pass your papers forward. Are all papers there, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let us stand for a word of closing prayer.
Amen.
Goodbye, class.
Goodbye, mga mabuhay.
Thank you for teaching us.
Well,